Welcome to Math 76, Lesson 106. In this lesson, we'll practice finding the area of complex shapes. One way to find the area of a complex shape is to divide the shape into two or more parts. Find the area of each part, then add the areas. Think how this shape could be divided into two rectangles. I will show you two ways to divide the shape into two rectangles. Using the skills that we learned in lesson 102, we are going to find the length for side A and side B. Side A, we know this length is 6 centimeters, this length is 4 centimeters. If we take 4 and subtract it from 6, we will end up with 2 centimeters. And then right here for side B, we know this length is 7 centimeters and this length is 3 centimeters. If we take 3 subtracted from 7, we will find that B is 4 centimeters. Now I will take line B and extend it, or side B, and extend it, and I've formed a smaller rectangle and a larger rectangle. The area of this smaller rectangle is 3 times 2, which gives us 6 centimeters squared. The area of the larger rectangle is 7 times 4, which gives us 28 centimeters squared. We now take 28 and 6 and add those together. That equals an area of 34 centimeters squared. Now we can also take this shape and divide it a different way. If we take this shape and divide it extending line A, we now have a rectangle that is 6 centimeters by 3 centimeters, giving us an area of 18 centimeters squared. And we have a square that is 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters, which gives us an area of 16 centimeters squared. When we add 16 and 18 together, we find that the area is indeed 34 centimeters squared. So regardless of how we divided the shape, the area was consistently 34 centimeters squared. And I'd like to practice a couple shapes before you go and do your lesson. So I'm going to put the first shape up for you to practice. I'd like you to pause the video after I've put this shape up, and I'd like you to find the area on your own and then come back and we'll work through it together. Okay, pause the video now and work through this shape. Okay. I'm going to take this side and extend it, forming two rectangles. This rectangle, we have an area that is 10 inches by 3 inches, giving us 30 inches squared. Down here, we see that we have 8 inches for this side, 3 inches here. When we subtract 3 from 8, we find that this length is 5 inches. When we multiply 4 by 5, we find the area is 20 inches squared. When we add 20 inches and 30 inches, we find that the area of this complex shape is 50 inches squared. Okay, let's try one more. Okay, I'd like you to take a moment, pause the video now, find the area of this shape, and then come back and we will work through it together. Now in dividing this shape, I'm going to divide it into a rectangle and a triangle. This length is 10 centimeters, this is 14. If we subtract 10 from 14, we find that this length right here is 4 centimeters. We know this length is 6 centimeters. To find the area of the triangle, we multiply the height times the base, which gives us 24 centimeters. We will then divide that by 2, and we find that the area of the triangle is 12 centimeters. And here we have a rectangle that is 6 centimeters by 10 centimeters. When we multiply those together, we find the area of this rectangle is 60 centimeters. And I'm sorry, that is centimeters squared. When we add 60 and 12, we find that the area of this complex shape is 72 centimeters squared. Now go ahead and work through lesson 106 for Math 76 on Canvas. If you have any questions, I am available to chat between 9 and 10 today. You can email me your questions. Your parents should have my phone number if you need to call, and I'm happy to help you with anything. And otherwise, we will see you again tomorrow.